Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Africa with Ms Paida. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am joined by the artist Mellow Creme, all the way from Zimbabwe. Some of you have been asking me who sang the song to my intro video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the guy, Mellow Creme. Welcome to the show, Mellow.
Yay! Thank you, Ms Paida. Thank you very much. I feel blessed to be here.
Thank you for finally coming over. You were supposed to be my first guest. What?
I'm not that busy. You mean finally?
Oh my gosh. You were supposed to be my first guest because you did the song but anyway, it's okay.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, Melo, tell us a bit about yourself. We want to know what's your name, what do you do for a living? Is music the main thing that you do is a side hustle or what? Tell us a bit about Melo.
All right. I'm a proud girl dad. Yeah. So it's called Mandipa. Proud husband. And yeah, Zimbabwean, African. One of those artists that really believes in the revolution of Africa, Pan-Africanism, love. And I don't have a side hustle. I'm just a creative. So everything I do it for real. It's never a side.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got hobbies, but not side hustles.
So is music a hobby or is your main job?
It's my job. That's what I do. I'm a graphic designer. I've got an advertising agency. I'm a creative through and through. So when I make my music, it's not a hobby.
It's not just a side thing. It's a whole thing.
It's something that I'm gonna be doing forever.
That's so awesome. That's so great to hear. How did the name Mellow Creme come along? Because is that your the name on your birth certificate?
No. My real name is Tavira Nangwe Motsi.
Okay.
And Mellow, my big brother, Greaves, was born in a family. He used to call himself Mellow G.
Mellow?
G.
Okay, Mellow G.
Yeah. So obviously, you know how it is when you're looking up to your brother and you want to be like him. Then I started calling myself Mellow. But then the cream came about I was 9 or 10 years old. I was a geek, so I used to start read the dictionary a lot. I spent a lot of time in the library. Then I stumbled upon the word cream and what it meant about being on top, the cream of the crop, just being the best. And I thought, yeah, so I'm better than my brother. I'm Mellow Creme. And then as I grew older, and the word mellow meant more to me because of it really describes who I am. I'm as much as I'm very vocal, and there's a lot of things that I always want to express. The way I do it is never exactly as how other people do it. I'm like a smooth criminal type.
Oh my gosh! Okay, Mr. Mellow Creme, we hear you. Tell us what steps have you taken to work on your career to build? Because you didn't start singing just now. People might not know you, but you've been doing this thing for quite a while now. So I didn't want to drag it back for a long time. So what steps have, because in our African community, you can't just be doing hip hop or doing music and then that's it. From when you started, how have you handled worked on your career like that?
To be honest, I've always had a supportive family. Always, from day one. Mm-hmm. So I can't really say that I've ever had any issues with anybody saying, you know what, you can't do this. They're the type of people that have always said you can. You included. You've always been one of those people that from day one have always like, oh, my brother, you're doing this. This is good. This is awesome. This is amazing. And yeah, and even my dad, as much as, with my dad, it was a bit different. The fact that I was an A student, I could get away with anything. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing with my dad.
Okay.
If it was anybody else, he wouldn't have supported. But because I was an A student, always getting A's in every subject, I I could easily say, hey, I'm doing this. So he just thought, hey, it's just a hobby. So you can. And he's, even up to now, he's my number one supporter.
Oh, that's amazing. I think that's every child's dream, to have your parent being your supporter. Okay. And how do you handle criticism? Even though you have your supportive family, you still have friends and fans and people in the media industry as a whole. Like, how do you handle the criticism? Because I also don't think your type of music, your type of art is definitely not for everyone. It takes a certain type of people to understand like what you do.
I'm gonna say that. I was actually gonna start with that. That because I've got like a niche following, my criticism is not as harsh as somebody else who's like a pop star.
Okay.
So to be honest, it's not as harsh. I get more criticism from people closer to me, unlike others who get more criticism from online. Yeah, because I've got like a niche market. So because I got a niche market, I get criticism from people that are closer to me, or from radio stations, for example.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, why don't you collab with this dancehall artist?
Yeah.
Or why don't you do this? Or your style is a bit too old school. Or that's the kind of criticism I get. I never get criticism that a pop star like maybe Amara Brown might get. Where someone say, hey, you're too skinny, or you're too fat, or I never get that kind of criticism. So I'm safe, I'm lucky.
But like when then you take your music to the radio stations and they're like, why don't you collab with this and this? How do you handle that? Because then it's trying to remove you from your uniqueness. So they're like, maybe if you do it like this, you can. Have you ever felt like falling falling?
I have felt like falling into the trap because I'm human. I'm human, and I also have favorite artists that are in the mainstream. Everybody wants to have that kind of fame. So I am human. I have been tempted, but when I then go back into the booth, to be honest, whenever I try something like that, it never comes out the way
you want.
I'm like the way I want and I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
So I end up deleting the files. So I guess I'm lucky that when I listen to myself, I can tell that this ain't me.
I know what you mean. When it's not you, it's not you. You mentioned that you've got favorite artists like mainstream. Can you tell us two? And I hope you also like who I like.
Two. I can't. I can tell you 50.
No, I just need two.
I'm a big fan of Burna Boy right now.
Okay, yeah.
I've always been from day one, but what he's done in the past 3-4 years is kind of like really touched me.
African Giant.
Yeah, he is African Giant, and the last album is it's amazing. And I'm a huge fan of Billie Eilish.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. What about in Zimbabwe?
Zim. Zim, I'll have to think. Zim.
Gafa, maybe?
Yes. I like Wiki D. Who doesn't?
Oh, there are a lot of people who don't like Wiki D. Trust them.
Who don't like Ja Praiser? It's kind of hard to say.
It is.
Really,
it is.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Prudence Katomeni.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, is she still singing?
Yes, she is. Yes,
I need to follow her through. Anyway, I won't keep putting you on the spot on that one.
Put me on the spot. A lot of stuff I don't like, so I don't want to get any hate mail.
Exactly. What inspires your music?
Love.
Your niche market.
Love.
Love.
I love the topic of love.
Love is a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If I can say this, I know you asked me about the name Mellow. Mellow is almost like it's like a superpower of mine.
Okay.
What's his name? The guy who then becomes Superman.
It's there, but you didn't.
I forget. Sorry about. And then Batman is Bruce Wayne. So Tavi is Bruce Wayne, but then he becomes Batman.
Okay, are you trying to say?
I become mellow. And when I'm mellow, I can express myself exactly how I want. and you know, I'm in a safe place where I
Uh-huh.
can be vulnerable.
Yeah. So you
Like when I talk
basically,
about love, about depression, about
yeah.
suicide, about Pan-Africanism, about infidelity, about
Mhm.
anything that I can talk about is mellow. So that is why
So is Mellow your alter ego then?
it's my alter ego,
Ah,
100%.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Do you have any other projects that you work on besides music and being a creative at your workplace?
Uh, the other projects are illustration, but
Uh-huh.
that's a hobby and it's not a side hustle. It's
Okay.
also an expression. It's a hobby. It's one of those things that I don't have to make money from. It's
Mm-hmm.
an outlet where I'm never judged. I can draw anything and my way, and I don't care whatever anybody says. Like
Yeah.
next year, I'll do an exhibition on yeah on a lot of nude art and stuff, and I don't really care what
What?
anybody says. It's one of those things where I'm not doing it to sell or
Uh-huh.
anything. It's just expressive. I love the human form, and I'm a great sketch artist. I know I
Yeah.
am, but
Speaking
so
on that,
something that I just do on the side, but it's not a
okay.
side hustle.
Speaking on that, I am currently wearing a Mellow Creme. Just
Yes,
in case you don't see, this is a t-shirt from Mellowcreme. It's called from the brand. I'll let you explain the brand. Okay.
it's life is a sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so life is a sketch is that other hobby of mine where I just do
Yeah.
and
So maybe
yeah, a lot of merchandising. And this T-shirt is
yes.
African cream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love ice cream.
I love ice cream too. That's why I bought this one specifically because as
Exactly.
someone
And
who's
you
really
can only
pumped.
enjoy ice cream under the African sun. That's when you can really enjoy it. That's all the little patterns and the goofy colors. And yeah, and it looks good on you, Ms
Oh,
Paida.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like, I chose this one specifically because you know me, I love being African and everything, and it
Yeah.
being African cream. And now that you've spoken, you've told me what cream means, I'm so proud of owning this t shirt because it shows like I'm African cream, I'm African everything. Everyone knows it.
Ah, and I love your headband, your whole dookie.
You know, look at him complimenting me. Hi.
No, you really look hot in that. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're welcome.
But tell us about Mellow Cream's Love and Hip Hop. I know it's something that you used to do before, and I know a couple of artists that actually were born or started their career from that. Why did you stop, and what was it about?
Uh, it came from a realization that whenever anybody talks of urban music, they neglect R&B and hip hop and poetry,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also part of urban Zimbabwean culture. But we seem to align ourselves mainly to dancehall, and I understand why, because reggae plays a really big part
And
in
Sungura.
us. Yeah, and Sungura. It's I totally understand. You know, especially with Bob Marley blessing us on our independence, but there are a lot of great R&B, soul, hip hop, and poets in Zim, and that was the platform. That's what the platform was all about.
Mm-hmm.
It came to an end because I think it was time.
Okay.
Done almost 5 years, so it was time. And yeah, that's the only reason. I think it was time, and I was blessed to interact and to meet a lot of great artists. Some of them, they inspire me. They even help me out a lot. It's just amazing. I made a lot of great friends.
And that's what I like that you spoke about. Like it was time to end. That's one thing that we need to grasp that there's different seasons in life. Like there's a time when it's okay. It's time to let go. The season is done. Let's move to the next season. But sometimes we hold on to something and it doesn't. It's not working anymore. Or we're just holding on to it because I birthed this and it has to go on. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. One of the songs that I love, I mean, I love a lot of your songs, but
Oh my God. I wish I had that little emoji with the little baby going.
one of your songs that I love, and especially with what's going on right now with gender-based violence and everything, is the song Cheers. The video is is like, oh man, like just watching the video, watching the girl in the video crying and going through the motions of gender-based violence. And you said, okay, I'm gonna quote because I don't want to say it wrong. From the beginning of at the beginning of the song, you say, when we abuse the girl child, we rape our roots. This uproot kills our soul and our nation becomes worthless. Talk me through this whole song and this say.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know anyone was paying attention. That's really old. The song was inspired by, it's my wife's name too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know she doesn't like me mentioning it because she likes being in the background, but it's almost like a true story because she told me about her life and how she grew up and where she's from. And I then put pieces together with other stories that I had from all my lady friends and my sisters. And I don't know, I just felt inspired to then write it. And I called it Chiedza because the name, the word in English means the light, which it's about this woman who, as she's walking, she obviously becomes the light to in this darkness that's all around it. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's really nice to see artists talking about this because like for example in our neighboring country South Africa, it's like really on the rise. And there's a video that I did a couple of months
in Zimbabwe, especially with lockdown, cases of gender-based violence have like almost,
really?
I don't know the stats, but almost tripled.
Wow.
It's bad because now people are now forced to be together and spend all day together. And it's bad. It's bad. There's a lot of, it makes me want to cry.
And that's really intense. That's really intense. Now, moving on to lighter things. Tell us about this background. True Love, out now. Your t-shirt is written True Love. What is this True Love about?
All right, I just released a brand new track, first week of August. It's called True Love. It's a remake of the legendary 90s classic by Busi Ngube and Ilanga. And yeah, it's my proudest baby right now.
How, like, why did you, okay, there's a lot of songs. Okay, you know what, I won't even ask you because you already told me that you love. So that's why you chose this song. Because I was gonna ask, why this specific song? Why this specific artist?
All right, why the song? Growing up, that was like one of my favorite songs. And I think it's one of the greatest love songs to ever come out of Africa.
Yes, say it.
It's amazing. And even what the song spoke about, the genuineness in the lyrics, you know, no more fake love. I want love.
The way I look at you, yes. Yeah.
You know, that was so genuine. It had this teen spirit feel, you know, that popular feel about it. You know, no more fake love. I want true love. And so, you know, since someone was fed up, she's telling this guy, you know, that, hey, I don't mess with me. I want true love. Nothing less, nothing less than that. So then I just had a moment after, to be honest, after listening to Burna Boy's African Giant and how he tapped into the whole Fela Kuti era and he became an embodiment of the modern day Fela Kuti, I then was inspired to go back to my roots as a Zimbabwean and go back to Zimbabwean music and take it forward, move it forward. Because that's something that we're not doing that. Whenever we want to talk about urban music or want to make urban music, we're quick to have an Amapiano version, Afrobeats version. It seems like we only want to celebrate hot African music from elsewhere, not from here. You know, no one wants to celebrate a Tuku inspiration, Mupanga inspiration, Stella Chuesha inspiration. And that's what this new album that's coming up is going to be about. So True Love is the first of many. I really felt like, you know what, I really have to pay tribute to Busi Ngube, who's one of my favorites ever.
She's amazing. And
darling, So when I called her and I asked for permission, it was amazing that she actually gave me a listen, and she just said, okay, go and record first. I want to hear your take first before I give you the rights. Because about 8 or 9 others had been refused the opportunity. So I'm not gonna mess around. This is my baby. And so I went to the booth, recorded, then played the track, and the rest is history.
And I know, like, when you told me about this song, like you're saying that we need to celebrate our own artists. I remember coming back to you and saying, I can't believe, and I hope she watches this interview, because I was saying I can't believe that there's no YouTube channel from her, like by Lucy from her. And all the songs that I'm seeing are someone else who uploaded the songs or the videos. And then not only that, even though if it's someone else, the views on those videos are like less, like someone with 20 views, and I'm like, what? But you guys are quick to go and give Burna Boy, Yemi Alade, all this.
It doesn't make sense. And to be honest, to Zimbabweans love their music. We love our music, we love our culture. The media does not celebrate it as much as it should. So the market then doesn't know that certain things exist. They don't know that, there's such and such who's this good, or there's a history behind. There was a time when we had, what's his name? Zex Manasa.
Yeah.
They don't know there was a time when we had Solomon Skuza, and these guys were on top of the world, Piece of Ebony, Chiwoni, so all those guys. And it's because of, I blame the media at the same time, but that's what it is. We do love our music.
Yeah, that's true. About
it.
Like honestly, Musincube needs to start her own YouTube channel. I don't care if she's not singing that much anymore, and just upload her music and you just push it.
Amazing. She's always on tour in Europe, and you should see the reception that she gets when she's always on tour.
But in her own country, it's like people would rather go to a Zim dance or show than to listen to it.
What I mean?
It's very sad. Do you have any words of advice that you would give to someone who's going in Zimbabwe or anywhere else, who wants to be a creative, who wants to be like who you are, who can like say, you know what, I don't care what people are going to say, I'm just going to do what I like, and the people who are for me will follow me, something like that.
Oh my God. I don't think I'm the right person to give advice. But that being said, I believe be who you are, follow your guts, follow what your inner self tells you. You know, that inner child in you. I always listen to the 10-year-old Mellow. If you go on my Life is a Sketch Shopify page, I quote a lot of what I said to myself when I was 10 years old, because I always go back to that person. That person knew exactly where they were going before the world tainted, before the world told them, you're too short, you're too dark, you got goofy teeth, you got bent teeth, you got yadida, yadida. Don't listen to that. Yeah. Listen to yourself. You know exactly what you should be and where you're going. Mm-hmm. And you could be the next Dana Gurira, in Black Panther, showcasing and celebrating Zimbabwe. Who knows? Or you could be the next Shiner.
Yes, amazing movie. I watched it yesterday. I'm so excited I'm going to be reviewing it next week with my friends. Have you watched it?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think?
Especially the fact that it was written by somebody that I have interacted with a lot of times on his side. I never knew that she had that in her. I've read a short script, but never knew that she had that in her.
It was amazing to watch.
So that advice, I don't know, but that's all.
That's good advice. It's really good advice. Who was I watching yesterday? I don't remember. Who was almost saying the same thing. They were like, I don't remember who I was watching yesterday, and they said, do you, because people don't care. Mm-hmm. Like they're going to be different seasons. You're going to care that my friends think this, I should not do this. But in 2 years' time, I remember it was my pastor Barack. He was saying that tomorrow, in 2 years' time, you won't have those friends who might not even be your friends anymore. And yet you were worried, like, what are they going to think? So it's great. So it's amazing advice. Kids, I hope you're listening. And also adults. I mean, we started this hustle when we were already adults. So you just need to do you. You just need to. I wanted to ask though, before we round up, the artwork on your cover. Did you talk us through this artwork?
All right. I work with my little sister. Her name is Ropa. Shout out to Padzo. And yeah, she's got a little thing called Nerudo, and she does paper art, which is called quilling. So when I actually approached her and told her that I would like you to do my single art, and she came up with the whole concept of having two giraffes kissing. And so if you zoom in close, you see that it's actually paper art that's stuck on glue.
Wow.
And yeah, it's amazing. So why giraffes? Because giraffes are really, as much as they're herbivores, they are very protective of their loved ones, like a lion would be. A giraffe will kick you to death if it sees you with its female, or vice versa. That's how they are. And they also have their heads in the clouds. You know that saying, having your head in the clouds. So when you're in love, you got your head in the clouds.
Yeah, no one can tell you anything.
There's a lot of meaning. and giraffes are African, proudly African.
Proudly African. Okay.
African and Zimbabwean.
So in rounding up, can Mellowcreme drop a few bars for us?
No.
Come on, don't be boring. Come on. Like anything. I could literally ask you to freestyle right now.
Why don't you drop some bars?
I'm not a singer. I'm not a rapper.
I will. Okay, no problem. I'll do a few lines from True Love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch you as you sleep, and I wonder when you're deep, is it me that you dream of? In your fantasies, houses overseas, am I the one you think of? Through the highs and lows, and nothing seems to blow when the road just seems tough. I want to be the one when no friends are gone, the definition of a true love. What?
Okay, I need to remember that I'm speaking to my brother, so calm down. Thank you so much, Mello. Thank you. This was an interesting interview, but thank you so much for.
No, thank you. Please go on YouTube. The lyric video is there on YouTube. Just search True Love by Mellowcreme. And yeah, shout out to Carlo Music. He helped me out with the track. He featured on the track and he played guitar. He's amazing. He's a guitar magician.
I'd never heard of him until I listened to your song. And
he's amazing. If you Google him, you'll see what I mean.
On it.
Guitar work is like, yeah, and he's got a great voice. Everybody thought that it was a woman singing, but hey. Yeah, so shout out to him. Shout out to DS who helped produce the track. And yeah.
People, you need to go and watch it. You need to post videos of yourself dancing to True Love. Post videos of you and your family members with the track True Love in the background. Let's support our local musicians. And you never know, one day you'll be like, I watched Mellowcreme on Let's Talk Africa with Ms Paida, and look at him now. Yeah, that would be so cool.
And I totally love this channel. I'm always tuned in. I subscribed first day. I think I was like the third or the fourth person to subscribe. This is amazing. I'm glad. I'm happy with whatever you're doing, especially the Diaspora Diaries. It's amazing. I've learned a lot about my fellow Zimbabweans that are in the diaspora and fellow Africans. It's quite enlightening. We need to celebrate you while you're still alive, giving you roses.
Yes, exactly. Celebrate me while I'm still alive. You think it's going to buy me lunch, so yes.
I will. I'm coming to Dubai next year.
Okay, thank you guys. See you on the next episode of Let's Talk Africa with Ms Paida. Bye.